Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something pretty common, but maybe not fully understood. The cholesterol blood test.
Yeah, often called a lipid panel. It sounds technical, but it's really just checking the fats in your blood.
Exactly. And our mission here is to dig into a guide from Blood Test UK, see what it tells us about getting this test, the benefits, where you can get it done. We're going to use Oxford as a specific example just to make it real, but honestly, what we talk about applies pretty much everywhere.
Absolutely. And it's not just one number they look for. This test, this lipid panel, it breaks things down.
Okay.
It looks at 4 key things, really. Fats, essentially.
Right. So what are they? Lay them out for us.
Well, first up is total cholesterol, just the overall amount.
Okay, big picture number.
Then there's LDL, low-density lipoprotein. That's the one people often call the bad cholesterol.
Ah, the villain. Why bad?
Because its job is to take cholesterol to your body tissues. And if you have too much LDL, it can build up like plaque in your arteries. Not good.
Okay, build up. Got it. Is there a number we should watch for?
Yeah, generally you want it low. Ideally, for most people, below about 3.0 millimoles per liter. That's kind of a common threshold where doctors start paying closer attention.
Below 3.0 millimole?
Okay, so if LDL is the bad guy,
Then HDL, the good guy? High density lipoprotein, the hero. What makes it heroic?
well, HDL acts like a scavenger. It picks up extra cholesterol from your tissues and blood vessels and takes it back to the liver to be removed.
So it cleans things up.
Exactly. So you want this number to be high. For women, a good target is generally above 1.2 millimole.
Higher the better for HDL. Okay, what else?
And then there are triglycerides. These are just another type of fat floating around in your blood. High levels can also be a risk factor.
Right, so LDL, HDL, triglycerides, and the total. That's the panel.
That's the core of it, yeah.
But here's the thing. You feel fine, right? Life's busy. Why actually go through the hassle of getting tested? Especially since, as the Blood Test UK info mentions, you often need to fast. That's, not drinking anything but water for like 9 to 12 hours beforehand.
That's a really fair question. The fasting is definitely inconvenient, but what you get for that inconvenience is, well, it's potentially huge. Benefit number 1 is early warning.
Ah.
High cholesterol doesn't have symptoms. None at all. You can feel perfectly healthy while this plaque is slowly building up.
So it's silent.
Completely silent. This test catches it early. It gives you a heads up, a chance to make changes, maybe diet, maybe getting more active, like that 150 minutes of exercise a week they often recommend before it turns into serious heart problems. That's early detection.
Okay, so it's like a smoke detector for your arteries. That makes sense. What else?
The second big benefit is using it like a scoreboard.
A scoreboard. How so?
Well, say you do make those healthy changes. You start eating better, you start walking more. How do you know if it's actually working?
Ah, you get retested.
Exactly. You get tested again, and if you see your LDL going down or your HDL going up, you have proof. It shows your efforts are paying off. It helps you stay motivated.
Yeah, I can see that. Concrete feedback. Okay, early warning, scoreboard.
What's the third?
The third one, and maybe people don't think about this as much, is potentially saving money in the long run.
Money. How does a blood test save money?
Think about the cost of not catching it early. If high cholesterol leads to a heart attack or a stroke down the line, well, the hospital stays, the treatments, the medications, that gets incredibly expensive.
Oh, wow. Right.
So investing a small amount of time and maybe money in getting tested early can help you avoid massive healthcare costs later. It's preventative.
Early warning, tracking progress, and saving money.
Yep.
Okay, those are pretty compelling reasons. So if someone's convinced, where do they actually go? Let's use that Oxford example from the Blood Test UK guide.
Right, the guide makes it clear you've got options, which is great. You don't have to jump through hoops.
So what are the main choices in a place like Oxford? Well, there's the standard NHS route. You can talk to your GP, go to your local surgery, or maybe a health center like the East Oxford Health Center mentioned in the guide. That's usually very cost-effective or free.
Okay, the NHS path.
But if you want things done faster, or maybe more conveniently, there are private options. Private clinics like the Oxford Private Hospital, they offer these tests.
Right, speed might be a factor for some.
Definitely. And then there's even easier access pharmacies. Places like Boots or Lloyd's often do walk-in cholesterol checks. Super convenient.
Wow, even pharmacies.
Yeah. And finally, you can even order at-home test kits online now. You collect a small blood sample yourself and send it off.
So NHS, private clinics, pharmacies, at-home kits. Lots of ways to get it done.
Loads of ways. The key thing to remember, though, for most of these, especially if you want the full, accurate picture, including triglycerides and LDL, is that fasting requirement.
Right, the 9 to 12 hours, water only. Can't forget that.
Don't forget the fasting, yeah.
Okay, so let's pull this together. The test itself, the lipid panel, is straightforward. It breaks down the fats in your blood. And getting it done, as the Blood Test UK info shows for Oxford, is actually pretty accessible through various routes.
Very accessible.
And the reasons why you do it, spotting trouble early, checking if your healthy habits are working, and potentially avoiding huge medical bills later, they seem really significant.
They really are. It's a simple test with potentially life-changing insights.
So here's something to chew on as we wrap up. The standard advice, for generally healthy adults is maybe get tested every 4 to 6 years.
Yeah, that's a common guideline.
But what if you know you have risk factors? Maybe diabetes runs in your family, or you have prediabetes yourself, or maybe there's a history of early heart disease. Should you just wait 4 years? Or should you be more proactive, maybe asking your doctor about getting checked, yearly? Much sooner, anyway. Just something to think about.